Hello friends, my name is Meet Suthar and today's our topic is general layout of modern thermal power plant. Subject power plant engineering. Okay, so let's begin. Contents. In layout of thermal power plant, there are the mainly three topics which we have to focus on. First equipments, then circuits and layout. Let's see in brief. First of all, equipments. These are some equipments which are generally used in modern thermal power plant. These are the most common equipments in thermal power plant. First, with boiler. In boiler, there are three subtypes which is superheater, reheater, economizer, and air preheater. Then steam turbine, generator, condenser, cooling tower, feed water pump, circulating water pump, coal handling plants, draft system, ash precipitators, chimney, water treatment plant, switchyard, and control room. We will discuss all topic of these equipments in the layout section. Let's move to next. Circuits. The whole layout of modern thermal power plant is divided in main four circuits. First, coal and ash circuit, air and flue gas circuit, feed water and steam circuit, cooling water circuit. Okay, let's move on next. This is the general layout of modern thermal power plant. As you see here, this section with the notation is coal unloading, coal preparation, coal storage, coal handling plants. These are known as coal circuit, which deals with coal handling. Then this section you see here, dust flash collector, air preheater, economizer, superheater. This section is known as air and ash handling circuit because it deals with air inlet in air through air preheater, then boiler furnace and flue gases. This section, the boiler, superheater, steam turbine, condenser. This section is known as water circuit, and remaining the condenser, cooling tower, water treatment plant, river, and low feed water heater, deaerator, H high pressure feed water heater. These are the part of cooling circuit. Okay, let's see how it works. First, we unload the our burning material, which is obviously it is coal. Then we prepare a coal. Generally, we pulverize the coal. Then we store the coal in our storage or inventory section. By handling the coal, in how we handle the coal, so by the conveyor belt and moving system, the coal is provided into boiler furnace, and then uh, it is burned in a furnace and we get heat, and those that heat in utilizes in boiler to convert water into the steam. This steam is supplied in the superheater next, and after burning coal it generates flue gases. These flue gases are supplied to the superheater, economizer, air preheater, and dust flash, and straight through outside the atmosphere. Before we release the flue gases in atmosphere, we have to pass it through the dust flash collector. This dust flash collector will strain all the tiny dust or ash particles which is harmful for atmosphere. We can't leave those particles in straight to atmosphere. We have to strain that. first. After burning the coal, what we get? We get a ash. Those ash is separated in this ash handling plant and ash storage. After that, we can utilize that as fertilizer or made bricks or whatever the application is. Then after this, at the end of boiler stage, we get wet steam. This wet steam is pass on through the superheater. Superheater will increase the temperature of steam up to superheating temperature. It will increase the energy of steam. Now wet steam becomes superheated steam, and this superheated steam will pass on in steam turbine. Steam turbine will connected with generator and we get our electricity. At the end of steam turbine, we get exhaust steam. At the end of the steam turbine, we get a wet steam, and we can use that wet steam. So we have to condense it, and where in condenser will decrease the temperature of steam. This you can see here, the condenser is connected with cooling tower. Actually, we can see that condenser is work on two fluids. One is cold water, other is exhaust steam. We have to decrease the temperature of exhaust steam, so we provide a cooling water from outside source or makeup water we have mentioned here. And this water, cold water, come from cooling tower or river, and this cold water is supplied in condenser. Over here exhaust steam is coming, which is already at high temperature, and this cold water will absorb all the heat from this exhaust steam, and again it because it gains some heat, it will go in cooling water again, because it has hot water and we have to reduce its temperature. Now at the end, exhaust steam is condensate. It becomes water again, and this condensate is supplied to the LP feed water heater through condensate extraction pump. Over here you can see that water treatment plant is given. Why? Because in low and LP feed water heater, LP means low pressure feed water heater. LP, we have to give some makeup water, and it is addition of water. Why addition of water? Because in the whole system there are so many components are there and losses are there. Due to we have to com- we have to supply additional water for that. By this method we can add some water and maintain the mass of water in the system. This LP feed water heater will increase the temperature of water. Then it passed in the deaerator. The deaerator is the very important part. The deaerator will separate some harmful gases from the water, with like CO2, NO2, carbon monoxide, CO, those type of gases which are really harmful for instruments. Then it is supplied to the high pressure feed water heater through the feed water pump. It will again increase the temperature of water, and then it again supplied in economizer. Economizer will heat up the water enough, and it will start converting water into the steam partially. Then this water will supply into the boiler. The boiler will again increase the temperature of water. It will convert whole water into the wet steam, and again it's supplied in the superheater, and that's how cycle continuously runs. Okay, thank you. See you in the next video. Please subscribe. Bye bye.